Okay, the book of Easter, the apocryphal part. We started with the dream of Mordecai, these A chapters. This is where the decree from Haman convinces Ahasuerus to do a decree to kill all the Jews. And your typical KJV ends with this 13 here. Letters were sent by couriers to all the royal provinces that all the Jews, young and old, including women and children, should be killed, destroyed, wiped out in one day, the 13th day of the 12th month Adar, and that their goods should be seized as spoil. That would be more of like a fancier KJV, but that's where that ends. And then we're going to read the copy of this letter, is the apocryphal part. And chapter 3 continues after. This is where your KJV typically ends. 13 in your KJV, and then 14 picks up right here. A copy of the decree to be promulgated as law in every province was published to all the peoples that they might be prepared for that day. But this is a copy of the letter. Well, there it says it right there. Let's give it a read here. This is a copy of the letter. The great King Ahasuerus writes to satraps of the 127 provinces from India to Ethiopia, and the governors subordinate to them as follows. When I came to rule many peoples and to hold sway over the whole world, I determined not to be carried away with the sense of power, but always to deal fairly and with clemency, to provide for my subjects a life of complete tranquility, by making my government humane and effective as far as the borders, to restore the peace desired by all men. When I consulted my counselors as to how this might be accomplished, Haman, who excels among us in wisdom, who is outstanding for constant devotion and steadfast loyalty, and who has gained the second rank in the kingdom, brought into our attention that, mixed in with all the races throughout the world, there is one people of bad will, which by its laws is opposed to every other people, and continually disregards the decrees of kings, so that the unity of empire blamelessly designed by us cannot be established. Having noted, therefore, that this most singular people is continually at variance with all men, lives by divergent and alien laws, is inimical to our interests, and commits the worst crimes, so that stability of government cannot be obtained, we hereby decree that all those who are indicated to you in the letters of Haman, who is in charge of the administration and is a second father to us, shall, together with their wives and children, be utterly destroyed by the swords of their enemies, without any pity or mercy, on the 14th day of the 12th month Adar of the current year, so that when these people, whose present ill will is of long standing, have gone down into the netherworld by a violent death on one same day, they may at last leave our affairs stable and undisturbed for the future. Goodness.